Now keep quiet, keep quiet. Let's start with number one. Guys, that is why here memorizing is not an option. You may not memorize. You need to make sure you understand what you are doing, okay? Um, and guys, just remember, guys, how important first term is. If you fail the exam, I'm gonna give you some of you guys subject change forms, and that is solely is there's no hate, there's no beef, but it's just that if you fail, you're going to continue failing. And because you're in grade 11, after April, you cannot change to another subject. That's why you have to change right now in April. Because it serves you no point, guys, to get into grade 12 and then you fail accounting. You know, if you fail accounting in one subject, you're done. If you fail accounting in another subject, you are done. That's it for you. So it's better for you to take another subject that you're going to pass and make sure you do well in it. Let me just go through the first one, guys. And I've done almost everything. If you want me to go through something, you'll let me know. All right. Sorry, I have to sit down because I can't type standing. So, yeah. Yes, I'm all good. And you? Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Oh, so is the trade other payables, trade other receivables, this, or are you putting like the theory as well?
The notes, only the notes there.
And this?
Yeah, that's all.
What do you mean?
Those are the notes.
Oh, it's called this.
Notes to financial statements, yes.
There's no like words.
No, there's no theory.
Oh, that's what I was asking.
There's no theory. Okay. It's just workings. That's it. Okay.
And what do you mean
And
then by inventory?
inventory, it's
In trade.
are we good? All right, I'm going to proceed. Guys, it says number one, under adjustment, no entries were made for goods sold. Now, sold means sold. I don't know how to interpret that. I know as teachers, we're supposed to interpret certain things, but I don't know how to interpret that. Now, these goods were sold on credit. Now, the fact that they were sold on credit, there are four accounts that will be affected. Please tell me, what are they? Bank, debtors control. Those will be affected at what? They will be affected at what amount? Bank and debtors control. At 11,200. What's going to happen to your sales? Are your sales going down or are they going up? They're going up. So it means that you're going to add to sales. Do we all agree? You will also add to debtors control because there's one more person that owes you. Are we all together? Now, because I know someone will say, I didn't hear you. So I decided to do this. So that if you didn't hear me, you can at least read what I wrote. So that 11,200 must be added to sales and debtors control. Are we good? Now, after explaining, I'm going to do exactly what I've just told you. I'm going to go to my sales figure in the income statement. And what am I going to do? I'm going to add that 11,200. And guess what? You get a mark for that. We good? Okay. Now I'm teaching you how to earn marks. Can I proceed? Yes. We do have to subtract debtors allowances. Thank you for reminding me. Please check the trial balance. Do we have debtors allowances there? How much are they? 520. We need to subtract them from sales. That's the first thing that you need to do. We good? Yes. There is. I'll show you. Okay. Watch. So you're gonna go to your debtors control, and in your debtors control, I added that 11,200 there. Do you guys realize that? You just do it in your answer book. But I mean, you do it on the question paper, but please remember to put it in the answer book. Are we good? Yes? All right. Please tell me, guys, in your trial balance, how much do we have as debtors control? 119,000. Okay.
So what are we monitoring in debtors control?
I'll do it shortly. Just give me a little bit of time. Yes. You minus debtors allowances. Okay. All right. I've got everything now. Um, all right, guys. Listen up. Listen up. Tony, check your trial balance. How much is your debtors control? You said it. 119,000. Uh-huh. 300. Now you're gonna add the 11,200. Does that make sense now? Number one, I did explain. You see, it's because I told you guys you're gonna say that you didn't hear me, so I decided to write it there. Do you see? Because
Sales and debtors control.
exactly.
So what is this?
The first adjustment.
So it's trade and other receivable sales.
No, sales is in the income statement, Tony. You're gonna go to your income statement. All right. Tony, read this sentence. What does it say? The one written in red. Where do you find sales, Tony? You go to the income statement, you add 11,200. And where else must it be added? Debtors control, it's simply in trade and other receivables, which is what I'm showing you right now. So here it is.
So will you send us this document when we're done with this
Will I send you there?
document, the completed one?
Yes, hopefully. I'm not going to send you the document. I will see. Okay, just check.
Why?
I will send it, guys. Don't worry. Okay, I just want to do this, just get things right before I continue. All right, this is one important thing. So I'm going to go to my trade and other receivables. In my trade and other receivables, I will simply add a mark there. So I'm going to take 11,200, and I'm going to give you a mark there. So you've got that one mark already. Are we fine now? Are we good? Okay. Since they say what? Silence means what? Okay. To where? Here it is. No, we're going to come back if you're writing everything else. Okay, I'm going to go to the second part. Guys, you need to understand this number one. You are so used to debtors allowances to the extent that you think you're going to memorize accounting. Normally, number one is about debtors allowances, but this is not debtors allowances. It's actually us failing to record a transaction. Do you understand that? In most cases, they will say a debtor returned goods. When a debtor returned goods, We do the reverse of what we are simply doing right now. If you don't understand what I'm trying to say, look at the first example we did, okay? I think we did it last time. I sent you guys solutions to that example. After calculating the sales figure, I also need to take into account the cost price. How do I calculate the cost price here? No. Times 100 over 175. What am I going to do with that cost price? Which two accounts does it affect? Cost of sales and trading stock. What's going to happen to cost of sales? Increase. That's why, guys, the definitions I gave you in grade 10 are very important. Cost of sales will increase whenever you sell goods. So where do we find cost of sales? In the income statement. What's going to happen to your trading stock? That's where, guys, if accounting fails you, you need to use your common sense. Now, we said cost price. Two accounts that are going to be recorded at cost price is cost of sales and what? Trading stock. What's going to happen to trading stock? It's going to decrease. Why is it decreasing? We sold. We don't have it anymore. We sold. Okay. So that is why here, when I calculate my cost price will give me 6,400. That 6,400 must be added to cost of sales and subtracted from what? Must be subtracted from trading stock. It must be added to cost of sales and it must be subtracted from trading stock. May I proceed? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. All right. So I'm gonna do it step by step, and I'm showing you guys how to answer this. I'm gonna go to my income statement. There's my income statement. I've got cost of sales. It was not given to you, so please write it. And then I'm gonna add that 6,400, and you get a mark for it. It's actually not even 1 mark, it's 2 marks. It's given in the trial balance. Are we good? Okay, going back to the question. Oh, the same amount. I said, where else must we take it? To trading stock. Let's go to trading stock. Trading stock falls under inventory. Okay, so, all right, I'm just gonna write it here. I'm gonna write it on my face off. On my trial balance. So I'm gonna put it in brackets. So trading stock, we said trading stock must do what? Must decrease because we sold that stock. Are we all together? Do you all see what I did here? Yes, Tony.
So basically what that says are all these little components minus the general ledger.
Yes. General union, yes. All right. Now, this is all we do. I'm going to put it as minus 6,400 over there. Okay, I'm going to proceed to the next question. Sorry? You will simply write it in the question paper until you get to the actual question itself. We're going to do it now, and I'll show you how to deal with it, okay? Now, let's read number 2. Number 2 says a check for 2,800 was received. Highlight that. So this 2,800, do we all agree is the money that we received? All right. That's why you need to understand what you're doing in accounting. From the insolvent estate of a debtor. And this was what? It was a?
I apologize for the interruption. See, I'm available and we need a check and can you please come to the office now? Thank you.
That was a final dividend. So we received 2,800. which is the final dividend of 40 cents. And what did they say about the balance? But which balance are they talking about? The 60 cents. But now how do we calculate that 60 cents? But that 2.8 is what we received. It is the 40 cents. Do you see? Now that has nothing to do with accounting. This is where you need to apply your math. Firstly,
Okay, so that's
do we know how much we owed? How much this person owed? We don't know. Anything that we don't know in maths, what do we call it? X. But we know that if I take that amount that this person owed us and I multiply it by 40 cents, how much am I supposed to get? 2,800. Are we all together? If I take whatever this person owes me, do I know how much this person owes me? I don't know. But if I take that value and I multiply it by 40 cents, I need to get that 2,800 that this person paid me. Yes.
So when you say an X times 40, right, 40,
Yes.
is it the multiplied from the balance or from the value?
I'm simply taking my balance. I don't know how much this person was owing me, so my balance will be X. But if I take my balance and I multiply it by 40 cents, it will give me the amount that I was supposed to receive from this person, which is given to me. How much is that amount? That's why I'm equating it to 2,800. Are we good?
So it's just going to be 60 cents.
We don't, 60 cents of what? We're going to have to take that 60 cents and multiply it by how much this person owes us. Do we know how much this person owes us? We don't. That's what we're trying to figure out. We're trying to figure out how much this person owed us. It's the money that we received from this person. It is the 40 cents we received. We don't, yes, we haven't received the 60 cents, but how do we calculate it? Do you get it? So we need to first find how much this person owed us. And when we find what he owes us, how much does this person owes us? 7,000. That's when you can take the 7,000 and do what? Multiply by 60. But I won't go there. I'm just going to use a simple thing. You just take that 7,000 range, you minus what we received from this person, and whatever you get there will be what we call our bad debts. Yes. I simply took 2,800 divided by 0.4. Are we all together now? Yes, that is your bad debt. But how did I get that 7,000 rand? You solve for X, guys. How do you solve for X? You divide by 0.4. Do you all understand what 0.4 is? It is the 40 cents that we received from this person. If you say, yeah, you won't get it wrong. Even if you use 40%, you will not get it wrong. So this bad debt of 4,200, where do we take it to? Bad debt. Where do we find bad debt? Under operating expenses. Let's just go straight there. So I'm going to go to my bad debts, and in my bad debts, I'm going to add 4,200. And guess what? You get 2 marks for that. In total, you're going to get 14,200. It's easy to get marks in accounting. May I proceed? Yes, Tony.
when you put it like that on the income statement, you look like it looks like you're giving, like it's an illusion that you're giving us marks. Nothing. But then if one thing is wrong, we won't get anything.
You can, that's the thing. Let's say you got that 4,200 wrong, you can still get a mark this side. And that mark, I normally give it to you like this. So if it's something like that, you must just know that it's because of the workings that you showed in bracket.
What if you're working out and you're working out and you're working out, you can see where I went wrong, you're not picking up wrong.
I will. Okay. So this is it. But at the same time, bad debts affect your debtors control. Okay. Bad debts affects your debtors control. So you also need to go to your debtors control, and from your debtors control, what must you do? You need to minus that 4,200 because you will never get that money back. Are we good, everyone? Okay. I am going to continue. The third point, it talks about provision. They said provision for bad debts must be adjusted to 4,600. Now, this is the one that is given to us. We must compare it to the one that is in the trial balance. How much do we have as provision for bad debts in the trial balance? 5,000.
So can I ask a question?
Yes.
Will you give us space, like this amount of space to,
No. Here it's just me explaining. So you will get the question paper as it is, and you have to show workings in the answer book.
so
Here,
there's space in the answer book?
yes, I'm going to give you space where you can. No, you label it. I'm just going to give you some free space. It's up to you. You're going to label it. Okay. Now I've got trial balance amount, which is 5,000. And then we've got the amount that has been calculated, which is 4,600. And the one that is calculated, it is the correct one, meaning that we have to adjust the one that is in the trial balance. Do we adjust it up or do we adjust it down? When we adjust it down, is it income or expense? It is? It is income. If we adjust it down, it is income. And that income must be recorded under operating income. May I proceed? Bible, quiet. Hey, questa.
Okay. So, okay. For the 400, right?
Yes.
Why is it income if it's going down?
It's because when your provision goes down, provision estimates your bad debts. So if it has to go down, it means that your future bad debts will be lower. That's why the decrease is regarded as income, meaning that the increase will be regarded as an expense. All right. Now, since it is income, it will be recorded under other operating income. Now, under other operating income, you will simply write there provision for bad debts. If you leave it like this, you get -1. If you write it like this, you get -1. You're supposed to include the last word, which is adjustment. And then open bracket, write 5,000, that's 1 mark, minus 4,600, that's 1 mark. And then the final amount will be 400. For that one, you will not get a mark for it. Are we good? Okay.
Do you think we'll finish this today?
If we don't, we'll finish it tomorrow. Am I seeing you guys tomorrow?
Will you send
Okay. Now let's check here. It says trading stock is how much? It's 312,440. But how much will be our trading stock in the trial balance? But is that the correct value? We still need to adjust it by subtracting that 6,400. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to subtract the 6,400 from that 316,240. Yes.
Why?
From number one. Check number one. Remember number one, I said the cost price of 6,400 will affect cost of sales as well as trading stock. It's going to reduce your trading stock. So you need to take your trading stock amount in your trial balance and minus that 6,400. So you will get this balance, which is 309,840. This 309,840, we must compare it to the amount that has been counted. And the one that has been counted is regarded as the correct one. Which one is higher here? So the one in the trial balance, what must we do with it? We minus the 2. We need to adjust it up. When we adjust it up, that adjustment, what do we call it? Is it income or expense? It's income. Someone is saying deficit. Guys, you need to understand what deficit is. English word. What does deficit mean? Exactly. Are we losing here? So it is not a deficit, instead it is a surplus. Now, since it is a surplus, it will be recorded under income. And you're going to write it there as what? Trading stock surplus. In brackets, you will write it was 301. 309, 840, and then I'm going to subtract how much? How much do I need to subtract? 312, 440. And you get it. Here's the thing. This is how I mark it. Because this one you had to calculate it, you get 1 mark.
I apologize for the interruption. Chairman Marcus, can you please come to the office now? Thank you.
How much do we get? Quickly. 2,600. That's it, yes. What? The 2,600? No. That is the final amount. That is your surplus. So that's where you need to put it. That's a surplus. The surplus amount is the one that you have to write as income. The ones in brackets are just working. They're showing you how you got the surplus amount. No, you don't look at the negative. You just look at whether it's a surplus or income. That is just the working. Even if you swap it around, it's still the same thing. But just make sure it's positive. Yes. Is it right?